Let's see then. First question for you, Matt. In David Hockney's painting of Ozzie Clarke and Celia Birtwell with their cat entitled Mr. and Mrs. Clarke and Percy, what colour is the cat? Black, white or ginger?
I know the painting well, and but I can't even remember a cat being in it. So maybe I don't know it as well as I thought. I'm going to guess completely at ginger.
Percy is white. White, not ginger. So, early chance for Kevin to take the lead. After their marriage, Robert Browning and Elizabeth Barrett Browning left England to live in which country? USA, Italy or Egypt?
They eventually lived most of the time in Florence, so it's Italy.
Italy is correct. So the lead is Kevin's. And Matt, Maggie and Brick are a warring couple in which Pulitzer Prize-winning play? Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, All My Sons, or Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
They're not names I know, and, well, plays Tennessee Williams, Edward Albee, All My Sons I don't know. So, another guess really. I'm going to go for Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
OK, for Maggie and Brick, the warring couple in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Correct. Off the mark. And Kevin, which writer was elected Liberal MP for South Salford in 1906? Hilaire Belloc, Lewis Carroll or C.S. Lewis?
Well, I'm not sure either of the other two ever were MPs, and in fact Lewis Carroll had been dead for 8 years by then, and C.S. Lewis would only have been about 8. So it's Hilaire Belloc.
He's done it on the day you've done it, and you knew it anyway.
Well, I knew Hilaire Belloc was an MP.
Done it always. Hilaire Belloc is correct. So you need to get this, Matt. Mr. and Mrs. Bayham Badger, a London physician and his wife, are characters in which Charles Dickens novel? Oliver Twist, Dombey and Son or Bleak House? Mr. and Mrs. Bayham Badger, a London physician and his wife, are characters in which Charles Dickens novel?
Well, read a few Dickens, but not all of them. I don't think it's Oliver Twist, which leaves Dombey and Son and Bleak House. It's a toss-up between those two. Dombey and Son.
Okay, tossing up between Dombey and Son and Bleak House for the Badgers. A London physician and his wife, they're in Bleak House. Yeah, the answer's Bleak House, not Dombey and Son, which means Kevin is going to be in the final round and no place for you, Matt. Would you both please come back and join your teams? So this is what we've been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Jack and Matt from the Hardy Perennials and Chris and Judith from the Eggheads, would you leave the studio, please? So Gavin, Martin and Chris, you're playing to win the Hardy Perennials, £1,000. Barry, Pat and Kevin, you're playing for something which money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer in this round. And Gavin, Martin and Chris, the question is, are your 3 brains better than the Eggheads' 3? And Hardy Perennials, would you like to go first or second?
Stick with going first, shall we? Yeah. Yes, we'll go first, thanks.
Good luck then. First question to the Hardy Perennials, and this is it. Linen is made from the fibres of which plant? Corn, barley or flax? Linen is made from the fibres of which plant? Well,
we know this one, don't we?
I shouldn't be getting this wrong.
This is our big dread that we'll get a planty question that we fluff, but I think I do know this one.
And flax jumps out at me.
Yeah.
We'll say flax.
Say flax. A wild guess, is it?
You should know this.
It's the right answer, yes. Linen is made from flax. So easing them in there, right at their street, the Hardy Perennials. And Eggheads, what's the highest rank in the British peerage? Duke, Viscount or Baron? What's the highest rank in the British peerage?
Yeah. Duke is the highest, yeah.
Yep. Duke is the highest, Viscount is the next of those 3, and Baron is the lowest. So the answer is Duke.
Thought you might struggle there without Judith, but... Duke is the right answer. Yes, Eggheads. So, back to you, Hardy Perennials. David Beckham was ruled out of the 2010 Football World Cup after sustaining a serious injury to which part of his body? Shoulder, Achilles tendon or neck? David Beckham was ruled out of the 2010 Football World Cup after sustaining a serious injury to which part of his body?
It's the obvious thing, isn't it,
It's
to
always the
affect a
Achilles tendon
footballer.
with the footballers,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I haven't seen him wandering around with his hand on his neck.
Let's go for
Achilles tendon.
Achilles.
Compared to my England supporting colleagues, we think it's Achilles tendon.
Achilles tendon is identified by your England supporting colleagues. It's right, yes, Achilles tendon. Eggheads, what type of food is a boudin blanc? Is it cream cake, sausage or cheese? What type of food is boudin blanc?
Yeah.
B-O-U-D-I-N, B-L-A-N-C.
Boudin blanc is a sausage.
Boudin noir is definitely black pudding.
Yeah, it's a sausage.
Sausage? Yeah. Yeah, we're all agreed on this one. It's a sausage.
Sausage, yes it is. Eggheads, all square. And, well, important third question for both teams then. Hardy perennials. Historically, what type of machine was the Scottish maiden? Printing press, guillotine or loom? Historically, what type of machine was the Scottish maiden?
Can't see why it'd be a guillotine.
We didn't really ever do any guillotines in Scotland, to my knowledge.
Scottish maiden. Was there a big sort of weaving industry?
Yeah, it's always
yeah.
been weaving.
But did
never-
the Scots not supply guillotines to the French?
Would have been quite entrepreneurial of us. Scottish. I'm inclined to say loom just because we've got a history of weaving.
Printing press. Big newspaper industry up here. Scottish maiden.
I'm still fonder of the loom.
Loom or guillotine. There might be some kind of perverse way it's been named, Scottish maiden.
Well,
Yes, bit of black humour.
The black humour.
or the loom removed the need for maidens to do the work.
That's would make sense. I can't see it being a guillotine.
No. Okay.
Go for it.
We're going to go for loom.
Okay, loom for the Scottish maiden. Back to your flax and your weaving. It's not the right answer. It's not a loom. Eggheads?
Guillotine.
It is a guillotine, which was the one you were least keen on. Who came first then, the French or the Scottish?
Oh, the Scots well predated the French. I believe there might even have been something called a Halifax gibbet, which was also a form of guillotine.
Okay, the Scottish maiden, though, a instrument of execution in the form of a guillotine. Well, the Eggheads about to deliver a killer blow here with their third question. Which southern Irish harbour town was known as Queenstown between the 1850s and the 1920s? Was it Cove, Rosslare or Dungarvan? Which southern Irish harbour town was known as Queenstown between the 1850s and the 1920s?
Cove.
Cool, I think.
Cove.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're all in agreement, and especially as we have an Irishman on our team, we're going to go for Cove.
Cove for Queenstown. Yes, it is the correct answer. Eggheads, you've won. Well, they did deliver the killer blow.